Hi guys, happy Friday. I know for a lot of persons it was a very rough week, but we made it this far, and for that reason we want to make this Friday a little different. We want to add a little bit more fun to it. So we realized that we wanted to get you guys a little bit more involved in the conversations, because if it's one thing we know about our Jamaican people, we have some very unique perspectives, and if for nothing else, we laugh for days when we hear how we think so much differently, and different from each Jamaican thinking different. We know that men and women typically think different. Let's not even mention Jamaican men and Jamaican women. So in honor of Women's Month, I think it's a fitting topic based on a discussion that I was having with some colleagues to put this forward and to hear what the wider population thinks about it. So I was having a discussion with my colleagues the other day, and they were talking about gender roles, and especially as it comes on to financial responsibility. No, the situation started out to say if a woman is making $200,000 per month, and so is her partner that she lives with, and they cohabitate together, and how should the financial burden be split? And the conversation from most women was 50-50, and from the man's side it was 50-50. Equal pay, therefore equal responsibility. Fine. When the conversation got a little bit different is when we introduce, suppose the man gets a new position and his income increases from 200,000 to 1 million. The ladies remain at 200,000. How do you now think the financial responsibility should be shared? No, I'd like to tell you that the conversation got a little animated. A lot of the women put forward that they believe that no, if the man would work 5 times more money, then the responsibility should become 1/5. Therefore, more money, more responsibility. Spend more, pay 80% of the bills, pay 70% of the bills, allow her to pay 30% because now you have more money monthly. It was very interesting to see that majority of the men in this conversation started to say they still think that the responsibility should remain at 50-50 because the lifestyle that they built was able to be afforded on the $200,000 salary that they had previously. Now, if nothing has changed in terms of lifestyle initially, then there is no need for him to take on more financial responsibility. The lady should still remain within our bracket. Our 200,000, our lifestyle shouldn't change because of 200,000 you make. So therefore, the same lifestyle that you had before not change. You should still be able to pay 50%. After all, the consumption rate is still the same. Now, where I deferred, I was a little bit appalled that this was how majority of the persons thought. Now, I believe that regardless of who it is that starts making more, the person that is making more should want, it's not their obligation, but they should want, if it is a partnership that you're in. Now, that is where I think it comes down to is how do you view a relationship. There are some persons who just see it as you do your thing and me I do my thing, and then occasionally our paths cross and we share certain things like intimacy and etc. But for me, a relationship is a partnership. So if I get a significant increase in my income, I am going to want to assist my partner, whether it is that you're giving them some money towards some aspiration that they have, or if it is that I am putting more of the financial responsibility, allowing them to have more wiggle room in their own income for them to do something for themselves. Because in a partnership, I should want that if I am moving up, then my partner is able to move up as well. I'm not going to look at this to say, why should I be spending more money, blah blah blah, and that kind of thing. And it is also very funny that a lot of men are thinking this way in the corporate world. But before I hog the conversation, or before I say anything more, and I don't want to influence any thought, let me know how you see the situation. Please feel free to comment below, send an email to hear me out, businessmail@gmail.com, if it is that you don't want to publicly respond. But please feel free to share in the conversation and let me know what else it is that you would want to hear public opinion on, so that we can shoot your question. All right, have a wonderful Friday and an exciting weekend.